Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we are back planning or memory planning the week of July 10th through to July 16th, and we are using this beautiful kit from Plannerface, which I believe is called Tavern. When I purchased this kit forever ago, I was going to say I bought it on a whim, but I also didn't. I'd seen it, I liked it, and I was like, I don't know if or when I'm ever going to use this kit. And I went back and forth for a while. And then because I memory plan and I was behind on my spreads, I was like, maybe I should pick it up anyway. So I picked it up. I think the first time around I accidentally bought it in a mini kit format, and I was like, how the heck am I going to use a mini kit format, because I use so many boxes. I'm a no white space planner, so I need like everything to be full. So I ended up then having to buy it again in the full kit, and I still essentially have the mini kit and the leftovers from the full kit stashed away somewhere doing absolutely nothing. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But I decided to finally use this kit. Now, looking at my plans, I'm just having a look. Okay, that's why. So this week was the week of my friend's birthday lunch. So good friend of ours, one of our best friends, they were due to have a baby a little while after this. And her birthday was July 20th, or is July 20th. And because it was a weekday, she's decided that she wanted to have like a birthday lunch or like a birthday gathering before her birthday, like the weekend before her birthday. And she decided to have it at, it's a place called the Log Cabin, which I'd never been to. And it's very much like pub vibes, but kind of like fancy pub vibes. You've got like the indoor section, you've got the outdoor section that overlooks the water. And it was very much like pub lunch style. Like you could get your pizzas, your chicken schnitzels, parmesanas, things like that. And when I picked up this kit, I obviously didn't know that was happening. But because, again, like I said, I am a memory planner, because I'd now acquired this kit and I was like, when the heck am I going to use it? I was like, oh my God, we had lunch at the pub. I can use this kit because we had lunch at the pub. So that is what I did. Middle of July, amidst all these like blue and purple wintry cold kits, and we have this super fun, super vibrant Tavern kit, which I really, really love. I guess Tavern in England is the equivalent of like a pub here in Australia, and vice versa. So there's that. But yeah, I thought it was really fun using this kit. It was a good opportunity. I always love when I use kits that aren't my usual like color palette or aren't my usual vibe, because it gives me the opportunity to bring in character stickers of certain colorways that I wouldn't necessarily otherwise use. Like for example, in this kit, you've got these vibrant pops of yellow, the pops of red, you've got that like aqua teal minty green color. I was able to bring in some simply gilded washi that I had for the longest time that I've never once used, so I was so grateful that the simply gilded washi matched so well with this kit. But it was really fun to be able to pull in like all my vibrant fun colored icons, so that was a nice change. Very sort of usual typical layout this week. My sidebar, I do just my stock standard top corner there. So this week I opted for some paint splodges from Plannerface, and then I've just used a little squared off box, a month script, and then I've used some deco from the kit to just decorate around it. Nothing flashy. And then this kit did come with a tall box, so I've used a tall box as well as a full box. And in the sidebar I do use the blonde girl as like the fashion girl there, because the friend whose birthday lunch that it was, she is blonde. Well, I don't think she's real blonde. She might be like a dirty blonde or like a light brunette color, but at the time her hair was blonde. And then per usual, I just tracked my Instagram follows and my YouTube follows, and that was kind of it. So that was my sidebar. And then as always, we get stuck into the days of the week. So just before I do start going through the events of the week, I will just say to anyone who may be new here, of course, hello, welcome on in. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on my video and join us here today. But for anyone who may not know, or maybe this is the first video of mine you are seeing, I don't actually advise on where every sticker is from. I used to do that back in the day, but I found that trying to advise where stickers were from meant that I was spending a lot of time saying where stickers were from, as opposed to actually explaining what my plans for the week were or what I got up to. So I now just opt to actually go through the plans of the week and what I did during the week. But I do list in the description below every sticker store or sticker shop that I have used in the spread. And of course, if you want to know where a specific sticker is from so that you don't have to go looking through those links to find the sticker that you are after, you can just drop a comment in the comment section below and I will be sure to get back to you with which store that particular sticker came from. So now that we are moving a little bit quicker, let's go ahead and start with the day by day. So first things first, on Monday, I did actually have a day off work. I actually had the Monday and the Tuesday off, so I had treated myself to a long weekend. Actually, no, this is off the back of my birthday leave. So I'd taken the whole previous week off, and then I had the Monday and the Tuesday off so that I only had a short week. So I came back from leave and only had a 3-day week, which is always nice to do. I try and do that a lot, just so that like when you come back from a lengthy period of time off, you kind of ease back into things. And because I had a day off, I have apparently marked here that I slept until 11:30. No surprise. I always get torn with what to do on a day off, because I'm always torn between wanting to get up and do a million things, and this is a day off. I've taken a day off to rest from work. Let your body rest, like turn off the alarm and sleep until your body wakes up. And on this day, I obviously turned off that alarm and I just slept until when I woke up. But then sometimes I do find that that's to my detriment, because I don't get everything done that I want to, or I feel like half a day has been wasted, and then like that leave feels even shorter. So I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions or recommendations on how to both rest and maximize leave, please let me know in the comments below, because it is something that I always struggle with. Like, even if I have a full week off, I'm like, okay, well, I'll sleep in for like the first couple of days and then, get stuck into things, and it never happens. So if you have any recommendations, definitely let me know. But then once I did get up, I did do some laundry, and then I watched a movie called Homewrecker. To be quite honest, I don't know what Homewrecker was about. I don't even know which streaming platform it was on, but apparently that's what I watched on this particular day. It is many months ago, so it's no surprise, but I'm sure if you do a search on all of your little apps or on the internet, you can probably find what it's about. I then was going to play some Sims, but I kept getting a Sims error that was preventing me from playing. So I think it was an EA app error where I couldn't access the game. So I was very annoyed about that. But it did then mean that I got to play some Animal Crossing. So I opted to play some Animal Crossing instead. And then when my husband got home from work that evening, we finished off the evening with the usual things, dinner, hanging out, all of that sort of stuff, and we did watch some Supernatural. On to Tuesday, as I mentioned, I did also have Tuesday off. I did then mark that I was worried about our guinea pig. So for anyone who has seen the previous Plan With Me's, you will know that this is, we're just over a month into his health issues. So it started with an eye issue that we found out was a result of a tooth issue. He had to have surgery to remove a tooth, to file some teeth. He had his eye stitched shut. I can't remember if at this point it was like he ended up having his eye shut twice with stitches because he popped them open both times. So it was amidst all of that, and I think I was just really worried. And on this particular day, the reason that I was worried was obviously quite serious, because we actually had to take him to the vet again. Honks being my guinea pig, for anyone who may not know. I did then mark that I finally got to play some Sims. So after the previous day's errors, I did actually get to sit down and play some Sims. And then I marked that that night we had McDonald's for dinner, and that I played some more Animal Crossing. Wednesday, I went back to work and I marked down that I couldn't read my writing. I was annoyed about training. So I got roped into training. I don't know what it was, actually. This might have been when they asked me to do training for a service that I wasn't really comfortable in because I hadn't done it for a long time and I wasn't really confident in delivering the training package. And I think it was like a large group and it was kind of sprung on me without any notice and I was kind of just annoyed by the whole thing. So I marked that there. Amidst that, it ended up being a very long work day. So, of course, I marked that it was a long work day as well. So once I got done with the day, I did mark that I chilled with my paparoos. I had pizza for dinner. And then this particular night was, I think, the second State of Origin game. Because I think the first one is always the end of June. Then there's one like in the middle, early to mid-July. And then one at the end of July. So I'm pretty sure this was the second one. I think. I don't know. Moving over to Thursday, of course, I've started out the day by marking work, and then I had one of those days where I was very much in my feelings, so I did actually mark that in my planner. I've also marked that I had a headache on this day, so once I was finished with work for the day, I did actually note taking a nap, which usually just consists of me, one of two things. I either walk like 2 meters from my computer to my bed and like snuggle up in bed, or I come downstairs, I lay on the couch, I put some ASMR on, and I just relax on the couch and take a nap if my body wants to nap. Sometimes I try and it fails, but if I can nap, I'll nap. I then marked that our dogs had a fight. I don't know what over. Usually it's over food. Like one of them will like rush to something. Like if we drop something in the kitchen and one rushes, the other one thinks that they've missed out, and then they kind of like bicker at each other and then they fight. And because we have a larger dog being a Beagle Cross Cattle and then we have a small French Bulldog, we always get worried that the Beagle Cross Cattle is going to hurt the French Bulldog, even though he might not mean it. Just his sheer size, the fact that he has a long snout, that sort of stuff, we always get quite worried. But usually, more often than not, it's just a whole lot of noise and like not much of anything else. And then I marked that once we had settled things down and after they had their little fight, we all sat on the couch and I chilled with the boys. On Friday, I started the day by marking work, and then I've marked that it was beautiful spring weather. So for me to mark that, it means that it would have been the type of weather where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's sunny, but there's maybe a breeze, you know, it's nothing higher than kind of like early to mid 20s. It was just a really nice day. And then clearly I didn't have much to mark on this day because the next thing that I marked was that my car payment was due. I no longer have those payments, thank the Lord. But this day I did have to pay. It was a direct debit setup, so it came out automatically. But yeah, I put it in my planner if I don't have anything else to mark. After work, I've marked that I had a cup of coffee. It didn't look as fancy as that sticker because it's usually just in a mug and it's an instant coffee. Whereas that's more cafe vibes, but I had a coffee, I watched some YouTube, and then that night for dinner we had Thai, and my go-to at the moment has been crispy chili jam chicken. It's like really fresh and flavorful, and it's like sweet but a little bit spicy, and the skin is crispy and delicious, and it's great. And then I've marked that we watched a movie, but it was one of those weeks where I didn't actually record the name of the movie that we watched, so I literally just marked watched a movie. Now we get to the weekend, so the more fun stuff. So I've marked at the top of Saturday here that my pop vinyl boxes were fading. I don't know what we were doing. We were in the spare room, and I do actually collect pop vinyls. I have a whole bunch of unfinished sets because like I bought all of these pops at the beginning, and then if you don't buy them like when they're released, it's then very difficult to find them. Like I started buying the Supernatural ones, given that Supernatural is my favorite TV show, and there's a whole bunch I don't have. And then like people will get them for me for gifts, and I never quite finish the set. So it just becomes this ongoing cycle. And I do have 2 bookshelves full of them upstairs in our spare room, and then I've got a couple down here in my lounge room. And the ones that are upstairs, even though we've covered them over with a sheet, it's like the sun is still penetrating through the sheet and some of the boxes are starting to fade. And I don't know, I'm a bit of a weirdo because as much as I want to take my pop vinyls out of the box and just like enjoy them to look at, There's also the part of me that's like, they're a collectible. They might be worth money one day. Not that I'll ever want to sell them, but I don't know. So I keep them in the boxes. So now the boxes are fading, and I'm like, well, then it kind of defeats the purpose of them being worth anything, because as soon as the boxes are damaged or faded or whatever, it reduces the value. So maybe I should just take them out of the boxes. And it was this whole big thing that annoyed me. So I marked that in my planner. I then marked that I had a cup of coffee and I sat down to do some filming. I took a nap. I watched some YouTube, and once again we watched a movie on Saturday night that I did not record the name of. And then on to Sunday, I marked at the top of the day there that I got up and got ready, pretty much rolled out of bed, got into the shower to get ready for the day out. And then, as mentioned, it was our good friend's birthday lunch, so I've marked that we went and had her birthday lunch. And she did actually have to rush off early because she thought that she might be going into labor, so that was fun. We also finished Supernatural Season 7, and I uploaded 2 videos. But that is it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye!